Welcome back to Sayano Yuta. In the last part, Koji was down the well. He met Dr. Tanabo, or you know, the doctor with the awesome shotgun. In this part, I guess Koji wakes up. When he wakes up, Koji finds himself lying on something dry and soft. A bed is a bed, he thinks to himself, even one that smells of mold and dust, especially after sleeping in cold mud all night. There are no lights hanging from the ceiling, but the soft warm light of a lamp fills the room. Simple furnishing, non-existent decor. Koji realized that he's in Ogai's cabin, in the bedroom that he searched before Fuminori pushed him to the well. Ryoko's sitting in a chair against the wall. Her expression blank as she studies the pile of documents on the table in front of her. She must have brought them up from Ogai's underground lab. She turns the page and takes a bite from the sandwich in her free hand. Without looking up from the files, she gestured toward the convenient store bag sitting on the nightstand. Koji can't imagine that the woman, even a woman like Ryoko, could have climbed out of the well with him out on her back. Having finished her sandwich, Ryoko picks up some unsorted papers with her free hand and waves them in the air. 世界中の研究者が誰もかも学会で演壇に登ってリサイタルをやりたがるわけじゃないのさ。自分一人が秘密に通じて、最後には自分のしたいもろとも秘密の墓穴にしまい込んで満足するような、そういう変態野郎もいるんだよ。Koji still has a science idea why Ogai's secret might have been. From what Ryoko said in the tunnel, however, he can guess that Fuminori is somehow involved.
Fuminoriはどうなっちまったんですか？地下の死体とFuminoriと一体どういう関係があるんです？先生は一体何を追いかけてるんです？今それを調べてるところだよ。私が咲坂君から聞いたところによると、彼は鴎外の親族から調査を頼まれていると。ええ、それは俺も聞いてます。そうか、一貫してるんだな。
Ryoko pulls several sheets of loose leaf paper from a different file.
だが鴎外に血縁者はいない。私は咲坂君が嘘をついているものとばかり思っていた。だがもう一つの可能性を考えるべきだった。彼は鴎外の親族を名乗る何者かにそそのかされていたのかもしれない。
Ryoko pauses and looks sidelong at Koji.
サヤという名前に心当たりは？
Oh, wait, she knows about Saya too? Well, looks like Koji's gonna know what this Saya is. Are we gonna know what she looks like? I hope we do. Maybe like... Well, then again, we already know what she looks like. I mean, that CG photo at the beginning where Fuminori sees what people look like, that's what she looks like, but we never see like a full picture of her per se. I've seen somebody actually like... He was like, if you look at all free CG monsters and connect them, they do make one monster. The little ball sack thing with that's the bottom, the tongue is the middle, and the eye is the top, so it's really creepy looking, I'll be honest. Like, if that was a 5-foot monster looking at me, I'd be like, nope, 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 nope.
Saya? いえ、誰なんですか？さて誰なのか、何なのか、読めば読むほどわからなくなっていく。
She sighs bitterly, then turns her attention to the papers in her hand.
間違いなく言えるのは、そいつが鴎外の研究の核にあるものらしいということだけだ。もし咲坂君がこのサヤと呼ばれるものとすでに深く関わっているのなら、彼はもう引き返せないところまで踏み込んでいるということになる。
That was a good song in the Phantom of the Opera. That was a good movie. I saw it was the one with Gerald Butler. Anyway, that guy is a pretty good singer, I'll be honest. Past the point of no return. Or maybe an episode where I sing the whole time. I don't know. I did that on my old channel, which, yeah, that was a year ago. The ice turned tingling in Ryoko's voice and the chill down Koji's spine.
だとしたらどうするつもりなんです、文則を。
He has to ask, even though he already knows the answer.
さっきも言ったよね。1年前の私も手元に銃を持ってればってどれだけ後悔したか知れないんだ。もう二度と後悔するつもりはない。
俺が警察に行けば済むことです。
Ryoko doesn't respond, though she doesn't want to hear what Koji just said.
文則がやったことは殺人未遂です。俺が訴えればあいつは犯罪者として。
目撃者は、物証は、咲坂君が君を殺す動機は。なあ、殿君、君は警察の仕事についてひどく勘違いしている。彼らの職分は正義を貫くことでも市民の安全を守ることでもない。
そんな
不条理な物事についてきちんと条理に沿った体裁を整える。彼らの思考はいつだってより理解しやすい方、より説明しやすい方に傾いていく。それこそ水が低い方へ低い方へと流れていくように。事実がどうあろうと彼らには興味ない。彼らが感知するところではないんだよ。小説より奇なる事実なんてものは。
そこまで決めつけることないでしょう。話してみなければ分かりませんよ。
そう、わからない。そこが問題だ。
She hadn't spared Koji a single glance since looking at him earlier. Even while talking, her attention had always focused on the papers in front of her.
君が錯乱した親友の手で井戸に落とされたと主張する。すると警察はあと2つばかり真実の候補を用意するだろう。君が狂言自殺で親友を陥れようとしているとか、あるいはもっとシンプルに事故で井戸に落ちた君が錯乱して親友を疑ってるとか。この3案のどれかが捜査っていうレースで勝ちを競うわけだ。勝ち馬は誰にもわからない。こんな博打に君は寝台潰すまでかける気かい？
Koji has no response. Can you really explain with cold, clear logic what drove Fuminori to do what he did? How can you convince anyone else what he doesn't even understand it himself?
そして一番の問題は、君がそういうランチキ騒ぎに手こずっている隙に咲坂文則を追い詰めるチャンスを逃すことだよ。身辺で火の手が上がれば彼は手遅れになる前にさっさと姿をくらますだろう。
She probably take a bite of her sandwich before finishing.
私が鴎外を取り逃がしたようにね。
A heavy silence falls upon them, with a soft rustle of page turning Ryoko's hand to mark the passage of time.
教えてくださいよ先生。あなたが警察を差し置いてまで処刑しようなんて思うほどそこまで許しがたいことって何なんです？
Please don't tell me
鴎外
that
って人
psycho
は
side to shut up.
あの地下室で何をやってたんですか？
Please tell me Oga did not also do it with Saya. I mean, come on, what is it with her and getting it on with older men? I mean, first you got Suzumi, Fuminori, who's next? Koji? No, Koji wouldn't do that. He's not that crazy. Once again, Ryoko ignores Koji's question. This time, however, Koji doesn't back down. A silent glare demands her attention, and she pours through the documents before her. After some time, Ryoko regains the papers in her hand and sets them aside, as though trying to come to some conclusion. She then turns her chair to face Koji for the first time since he awoke.
なあ、殿君。君はここいら辺で降りた方がいい。ナスカ日光の温泉でゆっくり羽を伸ばして、何もかも忘れる気になってから東京に戻ってきなさい。
忘れろと。
Koji feels anger rise within him.
近江は俺の恋人でした。文則は俺の親友でした。それを忘れろと。
そうだ、忘れろ。これは提案じゃない。警告だ。今まではどうであれ、これからの君の人生にその二人は一切関わりを持たないだろう。断言してもいい。
じゃあ筑波は？彼女はどうなる？あの子は電話口で俺に助けを求めてた。
そりゃ何十時間前の話かね。 私が君を助けてから何時間経ったと思う。そうでなければ井戸の中の君があと何時間持ったと思う。
She shakes her head and declares coldly.
彼女はとっくに死んでるだろう。誰もが君ほど幸運だなんて思わない方がいい。
あんたはあの井戸で俺の死体を見つけても、あんた何とも思わなかったんだろうな。
そりゃ覚悟してたからね。まさか生きてるとは思わなかったよ。
It's futile to argue with this woman, Koji realizes. Her values are fundamentally different from his own. Nothing he can say will ever move her. Koji gets out of bed and stands on shaky legs.
どのくらい俺は寝てたんです。
ざっと半日ばかり。消耗した後速やかに休息が取れるってのは羨ましいね。若いうちだけだよ、そういう無茶が効くのは。
Koji looks at his watch and sees that it's 4 in the morning, which means that he's already early evening when Ryoko rescued him. He can't believe that he survived in that well for almost 2 days. Now that the gas of his memory has been filled in and sense of time returned, he realized that it's already Sunday morning. Ryoko's right, a lot of time has passed since he spoke to Yo on the phone. Koji grabs a sports drink and 2 jelly snacks from the bag of food that Ryoko brought, and heads for the door. His legs are still a little unsteady, but he can compensate for that with sheer willpower.
念のため聞かせてもらうが、どこに行くつもりだい？
東京へ。筑波陽はまだ間に合うかもしれない。彼女を助けに行きます。
人の話を聞かないやつだね、君は。
聞く耳持たないのはお互い様でしょう。
Koji is picturing Ryoko watching her back with that cold-like smile of hers. Instead, however, she sighs heavily and rests her jaw on her hands.
もう少し待つ気はないか。こいつのどこかに鴎外が鞘と名付けたものが何だったのか答えが隠されてるはずだ。そいつ
筑波が死んでると決めてかかってるあんたなら当然そう思うでしょうね。
In truth, Koji is extremely uneasy about going alone. At the same time, however, he knows that he mustn't depend on Ryoko. She's made it clear that she doesn't care about saving lives. She knows it will only make it difficult to salvage something, anything, out of this nightmare.
殿君、仮にも一度は殺されかかってるんだ。もう二度と殺されるな。
He picks up something from the table and casually tosses it to Koji. Koji catches it, feels its solid weight fill his hands.
これは
Koji stares at the amazing shape of cold metal. It's a revolver, the same one that quenched in Ogai's skeletal fist.
あと4発入ってる。安全装置はない。引き金を引くだけで弾が出る。どこでどう使うかは君の判断に任せるよ。
If Koji were Jido's cautious self, he would reject the dangerous offering. Surely no good would come from the barrel of a gun. And yet, without knowing it, Koji has already set foot in Ryoko's world. Choosing instinct over reason, he accepts the small but deadly weapon and slides into his pocket. There is no question that Koji intends to save Yono and bring Fuminori to answer for his crimes. In the back of his mind, however, he hears the footsteps of ruin approaching. When he steps out of the cabin's front door, Koji shivers as the wind tears into his skin. To his surprise, the outside air is even cooler than the mud at the bottom of the well. Perhaps the cramped space mitigated the cold somewhat. He'd been exposed to this chill all night long and surely would have frozen to death. Koji finds 2 cars back in the yard. The mini next to his Accord must be Ryoko's. When he sits behind the wheel of his car, he gets some relief from the feeling that he has taken the first step, however small, back into his world. He sips a sports drink, weighing his parched throat, then washes down some jelly. His stomach rumbles with the sudden influx of food after 36 hours on empty, but remains to force down the urge to vomit. Koji needs the energy. No matter how hard it is, he must regain enough stamina to overcome the challenges ahead. After forcing down as much food as he can, Koji leans back in his seat and takes a short break. He begins to feel like himself again, and he reaches into the back seat and pulls out a spare cell phone out of his bag. He never expected that carrying 2 phones would be such a stroke of luck. As he calls up Fuminori's number and prepares to hit send, Koji is overwhelmed by a flood of emotion. Rage, despair, sorrow, pity. He He's unable to decide what to feel towards his friend. However, there's no time to dwell on the past. Every second lost diminishes his chance of saving Omi and Yo. Koji refuses to consider that it may already be too late. He steels himself and presses the button, then holds the phone to his ear as it rings. The frill sound seems to go on longer than ever in his life. Right now, Fuminori's phone would be displaying the name of the caller. Koji wonders what reaction will be when he sees it. The call goes through. The silence of the other end of the phone, Koji sends surprise, apprehension, and dark fury. Feeling slightly gratified, Koji delivers the first stab.
よう、そんなに意外か、死人からの電話は。
驚いたね。どうやって。
As Koji is about to answer, an idea suddenly comes to him.
井戸の底に仕掛けがあったのさ。地下の隠し部屋に行くためのな。
He pauses to let that sink in. Then, with satisfaction filling his voice, he says,
会えたぜ。大貝正彦と。
Fuminori's grasp tells Koji that the advantage is his. Keeping his voice bold, he decides to further exaggerate the truth.
何もかも分かった。サヤってやつのことも全部。お前たちは終わりだよ、文則。何もかもバラしてやる。ところ構わずにぶちまけてやる。
貴様は。
It's obvious from Fuminori's tone that rage overwhelmed his reason. Koji's bluff is working perfectly. His victory is tainted, however, as Koji responds to the name Saya, breathing a cry of anguish from the corner of his heart that still wants to believe his friend can be saved.
咲坂君がこのサヤと呼ばれるものとすでに深く関わっているのなら
Ryuko's words played back in his head, sounding even colder than before.
彼はもう引き返せないところまで踏み込んでいる
He will not allow emotions to sway him.
文則、近江と筑波はどこだ。
Koji suddenly switches topic, trying to keep Fuminori off balance. It's all come down to this.
俺にだって情けはある。お前の出方次第では考えんでもない。お前がこれ以上誰も傷つけないというのなら、俺にしたことは忘れてやる。俺だってこれ以上お前と鞘に関わり合いを持つのは願い下げなんだ。近江たちさえ無事に戻ればいい。
海とようね。
Fuminori's voice trails off. He's obviously trying to decide how far Koji can be trusted, and where there's room for negotiation. Fuminori has been called out, and now it's time for him to show his hand.
近江のことは本当に知らない。彼女は僕の家まで来ていない。でもよ。
Fuminori paused to give a knowing chuckle that sends chill up Koji's spine.
よはどうだかな。彼女自身が戻りたがるかどうか。
お前のところにいるんだな。
Koji revealed during Yo's location that she is, at least, still alive. At the same time, however, she remembers that horrifying phone call. It is clear now that Fuminori played some part in Yo's suffering. Had she already fallen into the trap back then? What has happened to her? How is she being treated?
彼女はね、念願かなってようやく僕の持ち物になったんだよ。お前と近江のお膳立てもようやく実を結んだわけだな。
Koji feels despair settle over his soul. How much lower will this man go? Will Fuminori seek out and story ever remembering the former friendship they had?
筑波を解放しろ。彼女の安全を確認したら、お前らについての証拠を破棄してやる。
信用できるか。そっちが責任。
お前に選択の余地を与えるつもりはないよ。
Koji instinctively concluded that it's dangerous to push his bluff any further.
後でまた連絡する。それまでによく考えておけ。
He hangs up without waiting for a response. Fuminori doesn't know what Koji is still at the cabin in Togachi. Right now, he's probably worrying about whether Koji will show up in 1 hour or 1 minute. Koji hopes they will have to take advantage of Fuminori's confusion. 3 hours. That's all it will take to race all the way back to Tokyo. Koji's afraid that his body won't carry him for such a long drive. His mind is clear, but his limbs still feel half asleep, like they're weighed down with his lead. Although he knows that he has to stay resolute, Koji still longs for the peace he had a few days ago, when life or death struggles were the furthest thing from his mind. Back then, he could never imagine himself fighting to rescue a friend from the clutch of a madman. A weak, pressing moment, he feels himself becoming less like a person he was. When all this is over, he'll be able to return to his old life? Or will this change continue until it consumed him entirely? Time is against him. Every second that passes is waste. Even so, he's decided to allow himself just 5 minutes of weaknesses. For exactly 5 minutes, you can get steering wheel and cries. And when his tears have run dry and his heart is calm, Cody starts up his core and drives away. I stare at the silent phone in my hand. Okay, what is that noise? There's anger, of course, but something cold and heavy holds my emotions in check. This is of danger. To be honest, I'm surprised how calm I am. So you're telling me that during that whole conversation, Fuminori was having his... Oh, wow. You looked at me personally, her hands tight between my thighs. She would continue to my manhood throughout the call. Perhaps mistaking my silence for annoyance, she deftly rubs her against my... and attacks that... The remaining fragments of her memory seem to have joined together, and she gained some degree of speech. Upon realizing this last night, Sai began to teach her language once more. I'm hoping she finds our pet efforts amusing. So getting up at me pleadingly, yo sup, I have been trying to take the time to breathe. Menstruation threatened to fill my head with a white fog of pleasure that would impede my thoughts, and besides, my arousal was already vanished. At first I considered making her stop. When I gazed up at puppy dog eyes, however, I began to think differently. Thanks to Sai, I have a family once again. For the time being, I'm becoming aware of the responsibility that places on me. I'm now the head of the new Sakisaka household. Oh, its only male member. It's my duty to protect, comfort, and ensure the happiness of women living under my roof. One of them the monster, and the other is one of your friends that turned into a monster, so yeah. That in mind, I know that my mother show fear or confusion. That would cause them distress. I entrust my manhood to the robes. It's clear that I made a gravest error when I failed to finish Koji off 2 days ago. Right now, I need to set my frustration and anger aside and deal with the problem logically. It's time to leave. I have no way of knowing when Koji escaped from the well, or how much he has learned, how many people he had contact with since then. Now that it is possible to know how far the problem has spread, merely disposing of Koji won't guarantee our safety. When the enemy has poisoned your water supply, you can't take the risk of even one drop might remain. The only choice is to stop drinking the water. Okay, let's end the episode off here because this is getting really, really awkward. Who are we talking to? Oh, nobody, just my friend. And, yeah, still doing this, yeah. Sometimes this game just gets to me.